Okay, listen to this. Now, everybody, you gotta hold on to your wigs and your toupees and even your Mickey ears. So can you believe that over 5,000 people just like you, yes, I'm talking to you out there, have said that they think that Disneyland and Disney World are the biggest ripoff attractions in our country? Hey guys, I'm Anthony and welcome back to my channel. Of course, by now you know that here is where we talk about a wide range of popular and even sometimes controversial topics, ranging from, entertainment, pop culture, life hacks, tech, general humanity. But today we are going to talk about whether or not Disneyland and Disney World are actually big ripoffs, like it seems some of you think they are. Well, at least according to this survey, right? So here we go. Let's talk about it. Listen, guys, don't kill the messenger here. I'm just telling you what I saw in the survey. I know how beloved Mickey is. I know how beloved the Magic Kingdom is and all of the love that comes from that and the memories and the childhood. Matter of fact, I have some of my own. Okay, so here's the thing. And these are my Mickey ears. Obviously, I'm a Mickey fan, or at least an appreciator of the Mickey Magic Kingdom world, right? So let's start with that. Now, when I was a little kid, of course, and many of you can relate to this, you go to Disney World. That's where I grew up in Florida, and we take a road trip, go to Disney World, spend the day. You have Epcot, you have the Animal Kingdom, you have all of these different parts of the theme park that you can explore and experience, and it was fun. It was memorable. It was great. But I was a kid, so to me, everything is great, right? When you get to get out of your house and you get to have fun and you have lollipops and you have cotton candy and you ride on rides and it's all fun. So yes, as a kid, those types of memories, that type of experience is always worth it. But then you start to get a little older maybe, and then you try to bring back some of those experiences you had as a kid. And you go to, let's say you go to Disney World again, or you even go to Disneyland here in California, and it's not quite the same. Maybe because you're paying for some of this stuff. I recently came across this article in the LA Magazine, written by Ashley Sanchez, I believe. And here's what the headline says. Survey declares Disneyland the biggest ripoff tourist attraction in California. The biggest ripoff tourist attraction in California. And the survey was actually conducted by casino.org, which Riley Clark helped to put together. And they used the Google Trends and Tripadviser to sort of put all this data to help determine the top ripoffs at the national, state, and local levels around the country. And can you believe that some of the people that were surveyed, I believe over 5,000 participants, feel like Disney, and I mean the Disney park, the Disneyland, the Disney World, are just not worth the price tag. Disneyland, believe it or not, was the #1 ripoff attraction in the entire country, at least according to this survey. Are you guys out there hating on Mickey? I mean, really, like Mickey Mouse? Okay, I'll give it to you. It's not as cheap as it once was. It's certainly, there's people out here making life decisions about whether or not to pay their mortgage or to take the family to Disney World or Disneyland. I get it. I understand it's some serious stuff happening with these prices, but y'all hating on Mickey and Goofy. Like really? Y'all think that's a ripoff? I can name a few ripoffs, and we're going to talk about some of those in a minute. But the survey goes on to really talk about how people think that just the bang for the buck isn't there. Okay, so why are some of you guys thinking this way? Well, I dug a little deeper, and according to Disneyland's website, if you just check out the website, and some of you who have been there recently can probably tell us how true this is, but Disneyland's standard theme park ticket prices begin at $104 per day. $104 I mean, this is just an amusement park, right? I mean, $104. I remember when, well, I actually don't remember because I was a kid, but it seemed like my parents didn't pay that much money for tickets. But $104 for a ticket, and the prices can even vary depending on the season or the day of the week that you go. Not to mention, none of these prices include food, transportation, parking, souvenir shopping. On average, guests can spend anywhere up to $70 or more on food and drink. I mean, come on, guys, that's like eating at a five-star restaurant. And it's probably hot dogs and burgers, but that's what it costs. And at Disney, it's the Mickey brand, so it's gonna be a little bit more expensive. And then think if you want a t-shirt or some souvenirs or cotton candy or any of the other trinkets, that's another $40, $50 at least. And not to mention, if you drive yourself to the park, you're gonna spend at least $35 per day. So yes, these expenses can add up and it can make it feel like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I don't think anybody actually should be at Disneyland trying to make life-altering decisions. You know what I mean? Like, do you pay for this ticket or do you pay your mortgage or your rent? This is what people are thinking about trying to get to this park. I actually had a friend recently who told me that him and his girlfriend bought season passes to Disneyland. And the season passes, I thought, okay, well, that's good. You get to go for the whole year. Now you don't have to worry about ticket prices. But he told me that he actually has to make monthly payments on these ticket prices. Can you imagine making monthly payments to see Mickey Mouse? Another point that was brought up in the article is that a lot of people are measuring whether or not Disneyland is worth it by the amount of time that you're waiting to even experience the park. As you know, time is money, and so waiting in lines can sometimes really cost a lot of time, and that means a lot of your money. How much of the park are you really going to experience when you're sitting there and you're just waiting? You're waiting and you're waiting to try to get on one of these rides. And here are some of the wait times that I actually learned about. One of the rides in Tomorrowland, Meet Hero and Baymax, 108 minutes waiting time average. That's over an hour. Star Wars, Rise of the Resistance, you're looking at 75 minutes of waiting time. Space Mountain, 54. Indiana Jones, 42. I mean, just eating at a restaurant can sometimes be 40 to 45 minutes. So I think some of the experience deficit in going to places like Disney World and Disneyland happens to be in the amount of time that you have to wait. So that's telling you a lot. A lot of us out here are thinking that we're not getting the bang for our buck in our Mickey experience. Okay, guys, I'm not hating on Mickey. As you can obviously see here, I'm a big Mickey fan, I guess. I mean, I love Mickey. Who doesn't love Mickey? I mean, we love Disneyland, we love Disney World, we love the Disney movies. Disney's great, but it doesn't change the fact that maybe it's getting a little bit too expensive. Recently, I went to Disney Tokyo in Japan, which, by the way, if you haven't gone there before, highly recommended, highly recommended. Had a great time, spent a lot of money, but it was fun. It was unique. It's a unique experience. Compared to, I don't know, I guess a few times that I've gone to Disneyland and I've been left a little underwhelmed. Not necessarily because, you know, of the park, but quite frankly, I'm looking at what it's costing to go, the parking, the ticket, the this, the that, and I'm kind of adding it up in my head and thinking, it doesn't feel like the same wonderful, magical experience that I used to have when I was a kid. I mean, listen, I went to Disney World almost every year as a kid. I loved Disney World. Disney World was magical. Disney World was exciting. I mean, I love the popcorn. I love the cotton candy. I love the lollipops. Oh, the big lollipops. I would just, and you know, they weren't very good for you, but they were so very good. But I love these things because I was 8. Right? I was 8 years old. I didn't have to worry about how much it cost or what the parking was going to be like or what the souvenirs were going to do or how much time I waited in the lines. In fact, I think I waited quite a bit in the lines, but it didn't feel like that because the excitement of being in Disney World and being among the Goofy and the Minnie Mouse and the Mickey Mouse, these were all things that as a kid you just embrace, you love it, you carry those memories as a child. But when you become an adult and you try to recreate those childhood memories, those childhood experiences, unfortunately, the pocketbook, the wallet tells a different story. And I think that's what this article is about. I think that's what some of you in the survey have been feeling. You feel like the wallet is getting in the way of these wonderful, magical experiences. And you might be right. But interesting article, I have to say, because it's not somebody's opinion, it's your opinion. You guys out there have said that this is the biggest ripoff. And I'm starting to wonder about you guys. So another interesting part of the survey that Riley Clark helped us to have is they talked about some of the more general ripoffs that we think exist in the country. And top of the list for that is college books, credit scores, and movie snacks, right? How many of you out there bought college books before, then they change one or two things in one or two paragraphs or one or two pages, and then you have to get a whole new edition and spend a whole nother $300, $400 on a college book? That's certainly a ripoff. Also, credit scores. Now, in general, adulting is already considered to be a ripoff, but especially when it comes to credit scores. For example, when you even want to know your credit score, it's going to put a dent in your credit score. That is a big ripoff. And then lastly, something we all probably can relate to. You go to the movies and you want some snacks. Now you're spending seems like $100 just to get yourself popcorn and soda and some candy, right? The smallest bag of popcorn, that really tiny kid size, $6.09 average. That's already a 1,300% markup on the price. You can't tell me that's not a ripoff. And here's some honorable mentions in the survey. Think about this: hotel mini bars, airport food, right? Cable television. We all know cable television tends to be a ripoff for many of us. Brand name products, right? All your brand name products, specialty coffee, desserts at restaurants, travel deals, landline phones, insurance. That's definitely a ripoff. Payday loans, even medication could be a ripoff because they really price medication. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. And then even student loans, that's a whole nother ripoff. Debt in general can be a ripoff for all of us. This survey was pretty interesting, I think, covering quite a bit of things that it seems many of us out here are frustrated with. I didn't think that Disneyland, though, Mickey, our beloved Mickey, would make it as the #1 ripoff attraction in California and in the United States. Even Florida and their Disney World attraction topped the list. So this is my takeaway, my fresh take. You got to think about what matters to you, what is worthwhile for you. And that's going to be different for every single person. So at the end of the day, you might go to Disneyland and you might spend $500, $600 on an experience for you and your family, and it might be worth it. And that's okay. That's all that really matters, right? Don't worry about a survey. Don't even worry about this video and what I'm saying. The important thing in life in general is to do things that are worthwhile to you and to your family and to those that you love. That's all that matters. That's all that we're here to do anyway. And so one thing that might mean something to one person may mean absolutely nothing to someone else. It may not be worth it to someone else. So I encourage all of you to just go out there and have fun, enjoy your Mickey, enjoy your Goofy. Don't be afraid to wear your Mickey ears. Go have those big lollipops. Go have a good time. And if it costs a little bit, that's okay. You can save in other ways, but you can never save where it matters the most. And that's with your memories, with time that you have with your family, and just enjoying life in general. There's a lot of Mickey Mouse lovers out there in the world. And I'm not trying to ruffle anybody's goofy feathers at all. For me, I think it's still worth it. It's worth it for the fun. It's worth it for the memories. It's worth it for just the magical wonder. Okay, so I have a couple questions for you guys, and I'd love for you to throw your thoughts down below in the comment section. Is Disneyland worth it to you? And what are some of the other absolute ripoffs that we all have to deal with on a daily basis? Throw those comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. I love to hear from you. I really want to know what some of the other things that you guys think are total ripoffs that we deal with. I think that'd be pretty interesting to read. It doesn't cost a thing, but be sure to smash that like button. It really, really helps out the channel. And if you're inspired to, please share this video with some of the other Disneyland and Disney World lovers out there. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell icon so you can know every time I post a new video on a new topic that might be something you're interested in. Until next time and until next topic, I'll see you guys real soon.